Hello and welcome to MineCraze, Terra Nochsta. Now basically what this series is going to do is replace my original survival single player series, because basically the way I was doing it, the extra pressure of having to record and not being able to do very much at once, and then recording and editing the video just got a little bit much, so that's sort of why I only ended up with the 3 episodes of that series and didn't really get very far. I sort of lost interest because I wasn't able to focus properly. So I'm going to try something a little bit different, and instead of just recording everything and then having to go and edit it, I'm just going to record bits here and there when I'm doing the interesting stuff and a little bit of editing. Hopefully that should be able to work a little bit better. So I've already gotten a head start on this world, my Terra Nochsta world. I used the same seed as the last time, mustard, so all capitals and then a question mark. Yeah, I started I think Thursday, it's now Monday, and that was 1.0, it's now 1.1, so there's a few changes but not really much. So I'm just going to show you a little bit about what I've done so far, and then we'll get to business. So this was not too far from my spawn. I went for a bit of a walk, and I found some nice mountains, this nice valley area which I've been occupying. I came over there. Now you can see I've marked this location as my own by putting a flag up on there, which I'll see if I can get a nice angle of. You can't really, but I built my flag there, and to be cool I also added it to my map, which you can see in that corner, just off to the left there where I can't point at. So that's pretty cool. That's my personal flag which I designed to mark my territory in this case. So I've done that. This here is the pipeline that comes out of my cactus farm which I built. So this here pipeline has got the ice to make it a particle accelerator. It's an automatic cactus farm. Cactus goes in here. This light tells me when there's cactus here. Press the button, receive cactus. Pretty simple. And when the light goes on, it also rings a bell in case I'm not nearby, which it'll probably do in a few seconds. So yes, it comes down this pipeline. I call it the caqueduct. So yes, this is just a temporary wheat farm, and some reeds there, which I did just temporarily until I can build a better one. Another portal which I've been using, again temporary, or find better housing for it. Just in here, you might have seen before, I did find a zombie spawner, which was very nice and convenient, so I've turned this into a little XP farm. You just flick the lights off, zombie drops down, he falls down there, goes across, up this elevator, drops down, and all luck will be almost dead, so a few hits will kill him. And then I can get up here. These fences, gates here allow me to not get too close that he can actually hit me, but then I can open the top and collect any drops. So that's that. Let's see. So up here's what I've been playing with, which is what we're going to be working on. This is a prototype for a reed farm. I'm going to use a few ideas I've gained from it. Ouch. I want to make an even better reed farm. Again, temporary pumpkin farm. I did some experiments. Found that pumpkins can grow when there's glass over that, which means I'll be able to do something similar for pumpkins and melons. Presumably melons work the same as pumpkins, as I'm going to do for these reeds here. Now, I was working here with doing them two-sided, so I'd have 2 rows and then drop in the middle, but that's not going to work. I realised if one side's going at harvesting at once, which in the new system I'm going to do it slightly differently, but using this basic concept, the idea is I was going to make it fully automatic, but I decided instead I'm still going to use this sensor so I can detect when all the reeds are fully grown, and I'll do something similar for here. So the light will come on when it's fully grown, so you just heard the tone there for the cactus. So the light will come on when it's fully grown. I can press the button which will harvest it, instead of having it automatically harvesting and the light comes on when there's stuff ready to pick up. That way it's only harvesting when I need it, and no wasted reeds. So, let's see, what else? Is there anything else I need to show you? Again, this is a temporary tree farm here. I've been growing pine logs at the moment. Up there on that hilltop you can't really see from here. Dope. Just broke some wheat. You can sort of see the top of the tower there. That's my enchantment chamber. All of enchantment. Which is very, very awesome. But I haven't quite finished it. It still needs a few more bookshelves, which is why I'm working on the reed farm. So we're going to go and do that now. I'm thinking I'm going to build it sort of in here. The other thing I need to figure out is I also want to have a tunnel that goes under that hill where the Hall of Enchantment is, because I want to build an elevator up to it. So let's see. That's the other thing I was thinking. If I had the tunnel that goes past, if it goes right past the reed farm, I can have glass on the wall to be able to see the reed growing. If the tunnel, to be perfectly in line with that, I think it wants to be a bit on off the side. I think the tunnel would probably want to go through just next to here, which will mean the reed farm has to be over one. And I think, well, the design's going to also have to be built up a little bit, isn't it? So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, because it's going to need to be elevated a little bit, so we'll be building into here. Alright, a quick update. I've done some basic planning here. I've dug out this space here. I accidentally made it 13 blocks across that way instead of 12 because I thought I needed it because I hadn't included the wall, but apparently I already included the wall in the bit I hadn't included or something. So, gotta say, okay, I'm going to dig further anyway. Most of the floor space I didn't really need to dig out here because this is mostly going to be filled in. But here, this is where the water channel is going to go. Now I'm going to fill this trench with ice, and then there'll be more up here, and then it's going to continue on to the next segment that way. So I'm going to have to dig some more out of here. This dirt here is where the reeds are going to go. There's 7 along there, and this is the channel that will provide water for them. So that's up here. Again, I'll have to dig this out, and then I've made the faceplate here to match that one, just so I can see where it's going to go. There'll be a button there. The light there will indicate when it's ready to harvest. Alright, so I'm going to, I think, yeah, I'll build the alert mechanism, I think, ready for that. And then I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, so here's what I've done. First of all, I moved the indicator light to the other side because there was more space for the wiring there. And up here, I put the wire next to this block with the button on it. It's exactly the same as what I had over there, pretty much. And the wire goes this way so that it also powers the indicator light. Now, because this is a stair here, the wire can actually go underneath it. There's just another block down there and back up here. So the stair won't cut the wire off, but it means from this side it still looks all nice, just like a wall. Okay, so this powers this RS NOR latch here, which is just the standard old school 2 redstone torches each powering each other type. So when you press the button it turns this side on. So this side's currently off and that side's on. I press it on, this side goes on, and then I've built a pulse generator into here so that when I do press the button and it turns on, or this side turns off, we get a pulse on here, which will happen. So if we reset that, we probably won't actually be able to see from here. But if I do that, you can see that torch flashed on then, which is what we'll use to harvest the farm once it's all grown. So that's for that circuit, and then I have the bud switch up here, this piston here, this the piston, let's get up so we can see it. This piston pushes this wood block. As you can see, the power's passed here, so it's this block up and above the piston is powered, but the piston isn't extended because it needs an update. And so if I was to put a block next to the piston extends and that power goes off. The block's now here, which means we can shoot power from here which drops down to this cobblestone block underneath, which has a wire on top, which we're going to have to make go into the other side of the RS NOR latch to reset it. So I think I need to figure out how to do that. So I haven't done that yet. But you can see when the dirt grew grass on top, it reset this, which is interesting because this is a specific design I got from CNBMinecraft's video, which means it's a combination of a T flip-flop and block update switch. So it means it goes in, it goes out. So it toggles with each update instead of just being a flash. So that's what I've got. So next I'll work on wiring this together, and then we'll do the rest. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, I got that done. I ended up shifting the RS NOR latch and pulse assembly that way one block. I don't think I actually had to now that I think about it, but I did. And I also realized that from the bud switch, where I had it powered in the block and then dropping down wasn't going to work because I was going to have to drop next to this torch, so that would always be powered. So I powered it with this torch here. So when that's extended, this powers this repeater, which powers this block, which powers this wire, which powers this repeater, which powers this block, which is above the wire in that RS NOR latch that we wanted. So now, if I come around here, I can update that like so. It goes on and then break it to turn it off again. You can see that this wire here in the back has turned off, and thus the light's gone on. And then I can press the button, we get our pulse happening, this wire's gone back on again. Let's just test that one more time. We update the piston twice, because it does a double, takes two to do the pulse. That's gone off. Hit the button and it's on. Okay, so next I need to work on, we need a wire from the RS NOR latch that's going to go out to connect with our clock. We need to find space for the clock, so we dig back that way. I want to use the same clock for this as well as the melon pumpkin farms that I plan to build later. And then we need to obviously connect this up to our mechanism. We need to extend the farm. So I'll go and do a little bit more work and then show you how it's going. The thing with Endermen is they're like supposed to be, if you look them in the eye, they get angry and kill you, but it seems to me they don't get angry until you start staring at their crotch.